Hey, my name's Naveed Mamoon, and I'd like to present you to Censure News. So for a while now, especially since the most recent election, media bias has been a pretty large issue. Often, those surrounded by a specific political group never hear of news from alternate political views, resulting in difficult debates and misunderstandings. Thus, I've created an app that will pull the most recent news articles from a vast variety of sources, spanning many political views. I've designed it to be as easy to use and user-friendly as possible, allowing for a broad target audience, likely teenagers and older. As you can see, as you scroll down, articles continue to fade in, and colors are really easy on the eyes, different colors correlating to different bias ratings of the source from left to right. Once you've gotten to the bottom, you can load more sources, and articles are updated every time you open the page. To read the full article, all you have to do is actually click that little box, and then it will pull up on the source's homepage. So I wanted this app to be a website over a mobile app or a computer app because I think that's the most accessible, and with internet access growing so rapidly, more people will have access to it. And this also meant that I could design this to be accessible on a mobile device such as this. It looks just as good, text isn't too small, and it'll even work on a tablet, as you can see here. So to do this, I used primarily HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I used APIs and RSS feeds from various news sources that were public and accessible, and most of my code has been very heavily commented, so that others can learn from it and use similar techniques in their own code. I've created a file here called sources.js that makes adding a new news source as easy as adding 5 lines or 4 lines of code. As you can see, the code is not too hefty, and I've simplified it as much as possible. Now, at the end here, I've also included a tiny methodology, which I will show you in just a second. So this methodology allows you to see all the entire list of the current news sources, and then the rating that they're given, whether it's left, leaning left, neutral, leaning right, or right. Obviously, it's hard to determine myself whether a source is liberal, conservative, etc., so I actually used a resource called All Sides Media Bias Ratings. What they do is it's a crowdsourced platform in which thousands of people will vote for if they think a specific source is leaning left, right, etc. Ultimately, I think that it's a very easy to use app, and hopefully can be used wherever you are, whether you're on the subway, catching up on some news, and will allow you to have a more well-rounded perspective of the news you read. So hopefully when you get in debates with people who might not have the same political views as you, you can be sharing the same stories and statistics in your actual arguments. So thank you for listening, and hope you enjoyed.